All right, what I'm going to show you today is not going to cost you anything. I don't have anything for sale. I want to show you something that just generated $300 a month for our business, and it took me maybe 15 minutes to put together. And I'm really excited to share this idea with you. Again, nothing for sale, no courses, none of that stuff. I just want to give you some value because I am just loving all the ways that we can make money with AI, and this is something really cool. So, what I did was I was stumbling across some of these contractor groups in my local area. I'm sure just about every city has them. You can just literally go on Facebook and search for contractor, and then you'll see all these groups. I'm in the Houston area, so you can see 108,000 members, 90 posts a day. You want to find one that's quite active. So 30K members, 90 posts a day. So we'll click through and let's just pick one of these. And then I just ended up seeing somebody post saying they were looking for some marketing help. And not only were they looking for marketing help, but there were like 4 or 5 other contractors below them saying, if you find somebody, let me know, or tried somebody in the past, got scammed, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you something really cool to actually deliver value up front so that you don't have to worry about any of this. It's the easiest pitch in the world. And if they say no or they ghost you or whatever, it took you like 10 minutes to make it happen. So what we did is we can just search here. If you don't see one of those magical posts like I saw, you can search for website in the group, and you'll see some people that are promoting their website services, but you'll also see that, well, number one, you'll see some people that are saying, I'm doing free websites or whatever. And then you'll see sometimes they have a lot of comments. These don't, this one has 3 to 5 contractors want free websites. So these are 10 comments here. Can I get more info? Info, dibs, info. So what you can do here is you can click on these people. Obviously, they wanted a website. You can see if they got the website, if they ended up making something happen with this guy. If they didn't, I'm going to show you a really cool way to provide them a website. What you'll also see is sometimes people are just saying that they need a website. So if you scroll through, you'll find some people saying, hey, I need some marketing help. You can search for other things besides website, like Google ads or marketing help or whatever. And you might find some people, even if it was like 3, 6 months ago, if you go and check out whatever they were looking for, potentially a website, and they don't have a new one, you can tell that they just put it on the back burner or didn't decide to do it. So the next step, let's just pick one of these people. Okay, so I was scrolling through, just wanted to find a few examples here. We click on the comments here, people that wanted one of these websites. And I scrolled down and I found this guy. You can tell some of them have like their logo and stuff as their profile picture. So we click on that, we can see, if you click on their profile, you can see the name of his company, JDS Customs. So what I'll do, I Googled JDS Customs Houston. Most of these guys, if they don't have a website, they're trying to run everything off of their Facebook page. And as we know, Google isn't going to rank those very highly, let alone, help you get all kinds of other types of benefits that a website could bring you. So people are going to land on these Facebook pages and get confused or whatever, but they're likely not going to like fill out a form or whatever. It's hard for them to like tap to call, all that stuff, missed call, text back, all that stuff is something that we can help them with. But what we're doing here is we're just saying, does JDS Customs have a website right now? We have a contact information, everything for them, but no, I don't see any like links to a website. We can look at some of their photos and see that they're not referencing any website or anything, which is great. So we can help them a lot here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to my new favorite tool, which is Lovable. First of all, I'm going to try to get their logo here. So let me just do a little screenshot. Okay. Then I'm also going to see if I can just get a couple before and after photos or something that they have. Let's go to photos here. Okay, so I found one of these before and after, so we'll save this image here, and then we'll do one of the nice after photos. I'm going through this really quick, but you can get the idea once I get done with this. Okay, let's just do one of these before and afters here. So we'll screenshot this and the after. Okay, I also want to take note of their phone number and email. So we'll go to About. Actually, go to All. We'll get their phone number here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Lovable and say, make me a professional website for JDS Customs. They do home remodeling. I've attached their logo and a few great pictures, before and after pictures. They are in Houston. Okay, so I'm just going to attach the logo screenshot that I got and a couple before and afters. You can do well beyond this, but let's just attach these. This is just kind of one-shotting it just to show you what it is. Lovable is going to go back and ask me a few more questions, like what kind of site I want. We could obviously do way more of a prompt, but I just want to show you if you know nothing, this is what you could do. Okay, so it says, do you want a simple one page, a multi-page standard, multi-page with extras like testimonials, frequently asked questions, all that stuff? I'm going to do standard for right now. What services do they offer? Bathroom, kitchen, home renovation, custom builds. Let's just try it all. We'll see later on what they do. Simple contact form, bold and masculine, clean and modern. Let's try clean and modern. And it's going to say submit, and then it's going to go off and build me my first draft of this website. Overall, I found that at the end of this kind of one shot, it's pretty decent, and I have to go in and tweak a few things, like the button might be one of the buttons is solid white and you can't read the text on it, or oh, that was a very vague prompt, so it's not really going to give it everything that it needs. If I was doing this thoroughly, then I would spend a lot more time finding maybe 5 or 10 more pictures to upload, get a little bit more about exactly what they do. But just for time's sake, I want to show you guys how to make something happen, get something on your screen in a matter of a few minutes. So I'm going to let this run for a little while. I'll come back. Oh, it's asking me to approve. So it gives me the plan and then it wants me to approve it. So now it's going to go off and create the site. So I'll come back in a few minutes when it's done and we'll evaluate it at that point. Okay, while that is processing, what I do is I go over to chat and I give it this prompt, something to this effect. You can see it's very simple. You could be far more thorough with this as well. Make a Nano Banana prompt for JDS Customs in Montgomery, which I thought it was Houston, but it's Montgomery, Texas. Phone number is this. I want a vertical IG post with a strong call to action. I've attached their logo for color scheme and a before and after. So it's going to go off and give me just an idea of some kind of social media post that I could create. And I'll show you why we're doing that in a second too. So it's going to write the whole prompt. I found it's fairly good at writing the prompt here. Okay, so we're going to copy all of this. Okay, so copy all the prompt. And now I'm over in the tool I use to access Nano Banana. You can use any tool or go directly to them and use it, but this tool I use for a lot of different things. So all I do is I type the prompt in here, I upload a few pictures, and then I'm going to create like 2 different versions of this just to see what we get. So I'll have this processing while the website is. Let's go back and check the website here. So we already got some of it. Looks like they made a mock logo. I think it probably just wasn't able to pull in the logo from me. But we have a general layout. This is not as quality as some of the other ones I've already seen. You can see a common thing I've been finding is this button is just solid white for some reason on a lot of these. So I'm going to go back and give it a better logo and the better before and after pictures, and I'll show you how I do that. But it's basically just a conversation back and forth to make this site even better. So it doesn't have their phone number. I forgot to give that to it as well. So let me give them all that information, and we'll see how this kind of transforms into something that I can then send over to them. Okay, so I did several things while I was off screen here. Basically, what I did was I made sure that it had their phone number. I made sure that it had correct imagery. What I've been finding is when I take a screenshot of logos and things like that, I forget that when I upload it to here, it doesn't like that really long file name that you get with a screenshot. So I have to go in and rename these things: JDS before 1, JDS before 2, JDS logo before 2, before after 2, all that stuff. And then I found a couple testimonial videos as well on their Facebook page. So I went in and downloaded those. I just Googled Facebook video downloader and got these videos, gave all of that to Lovable. And I said, here's a lot more context, a link to their Facebook page and some client testimonial videos, I should say. Videos make the website pop. They need to look like the #1 home remodeling company in Montgomery, Houston area. So let's just see what we get. It's going to go back. It's going to either give me a new plan to execute, or it's just going to go and make some changes here. Okay, so now it's saying I'll elevate the website for your real estate, for your real assets, contact info, testimonial videos, etc. It's going to give me a plan here. It might tell me to approve the plan. Sometimes it doesn't. So you can see it's swapping the logo now already. And we can go in and make sure that's transparent, get a higher quality one. That's all good. But basically what we're trying to do right now is just have something that we can send off to this person. And this is just like a shot in the dark. But I messaged, let's see, 4 people so far. One has already paid and another person is considering it, which I think he's going to because he's never had a website before. He's always wanted one. So he's thinking it through right now. basically what I'm offering. At least I just kind of threw something together. So I normally don't do like this package. I've done a lot more like full access to the software and everything, but I want to get out of that space and just do things that are kind of like software that I control, but then they just have access to different things that the software delivers. In example, a website, and this is called text back, reviews, that kind of stuff that they're not even necessarily logging in to the software for. So I just threw this thing. I'd made this in Lovable as well, just a little 297 plan because the guy was like, "Oh, I'm ready to pay," and I realized I need to go in and set up something in Stripe. But I knew that he also had mentioned that he was burned in the past just recently, so I wanted to have a site that at least looked very, very trustworthy and everything to make sure that he was comfortable and he knows it's going to get taken care of. So whip this thing up, and this links to a Stripe payment link. So this doesn't even go through HighLevel right now. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see if we did anything. So it's still editing here. Okay, so we're back. It has transformed the site significantly. You can see it's a lot more animated graphics, got some before and afters here, some really cool stuff. I've seen it do like sliders, so that's really cool. If you have several pictures, it'll kind of do this slider before and after here, but this is awesome by itself. Here's some video testimonials. Let's see if they play when it pops up. Okay, so we'll chat back in saying we want this to be more of a vertical video because a lot of these, this guy's head is cut off here. So we'll have to fix that. And then obviously we notice the white button still doesn't work. You can see this is very conversational back and forth. So I'm just going to do this like, I'm not a master prompter yet. I can be, like I've used some tools to make some really robust prompts, but you can see conversationally, I can just make this happen. So the white button is solid white and should be transparent so we can see the text. Okay. And then please make the videos vertical so we can see the entire thing. Okay, let's scroll through to see if there's anything else major. The logo down here, so it's multiple buttons, are solid. And then logo in the footer is not readable as well. Okay, so that's pretty good. So keep that there. You can see we have a link to their Facebook page. All this stuff is cool. We're just going to hit launch and it's going to go in and fix these things. I'll leave this one running just so you can kind of see. This shouldn't take very long to do. It's some minor changes. So we'll see how long this takes. I'll fix the 3 issues: transparent outline buttons, vertical video, aspect ratio, readable footer logo. So it's going through and changing. I don't know what the heck it's doing, but it's doing it and it's working really well. Ultimately, I would like a high quality image for the logo, and then we could have this be transparent and do some other stuff with that. But you see it's fixed this down here. It's fixed the button. It's made the videos vertical. I mean, come on. So we'll click on a couple other things, services, so you can see custom builds. So we should have some pictures to fill in those things. One other thing I'm noticing that it does oftentimes is if I'm down here and I click on like gallery or services, it doesn't load at the very top. So I always have to go back in and tell them to fix that part. So I should just be including that in my initial prompt moving forward. So please correct the white buttons on all pages, as well as make sure they all load from the top. Okay. Just going to send that. And then this will be enough for me to just prove my point here. And I'm going to publish this and I'm going to show you how to get a custom domain to route this. And then it will send it off to him. While this is loading, let's go to our Nano Banana image and see what we got. So from outdated to outstanding, custom bathroom model by JDS Customs. And this is great. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to do one more here. Download this. And now I have 2 images that I can send to these people as well. So what I've been doing is, let me just make sure this is the, okay, so if I rename it, JDS Customs Social 1 and JDS Customs Social 2. So what I've been doing is I get at least 2 or 3 social media images that I can give them, as well as I have the website that I'm going to publish on a subdomain of my main domain. So I'm going to hit publish here. And you can just do a Lovable URL if you want, if you don't have a website at all, or you can add a custom domain, which is like jds.us yourwebsite.com. So whatever your website is, you just put like the little subdomain at the beginning of it, and you can do that for each one of these that you send out, and then it'll just be a temporary link until they ultimately, if they want to work with you, they can. If they don't, you can just delete the subdomain. So we'll just, for this, I'm going to add a custom domain. So I'm going to do, our brand is under profitably, so I'm going to do JDS dot, oh, why is it making me do that? Oh, maybe I have to publish the Lovable one first. So let's go back and do that. So we'll just do jds.lovable.app. That didn't work. So we'll try jdscustoms.lovable.app. Okay, I'm going to hit publish. Now it will be live on the internet. And then I'll go back and add a custom domain now. So it's building here and everything is connecting. All this stuff is working. And then I'll do add custom domain. Just don't want to mess this up. So let's finish this build real quick. This part usually takes less than 30 seconds or so. And then that'll be done. Now add custom domain. Now I can connect a domain. So it'll be JDS customs.profitably.ai, connect domain. Now mine is connected with Cloudflare, so it's really easy. I tried one the other day with some service I've never used before, and it took like 24 hours to do. So if you do have a domain, I recommend like using Cloudflare or Namecheap or whatever to do this, and it'll automatically connect. Okay, so JDS customs.profitably.ai is now configured, and it usually takes like maybe another couple minutes for this to actually be live, but that part is done. We have our two images. So as soon as this finishes verifying, then I'm going to go in and send this over to them, and then we'll be done with the video. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys, this is what I did all day the past day or so. I just kind of got on this groove, and I did 3 or 4 of them that day. I sold one that you saw the payment earlier. Another guy, again, is considering it. And then I have another friend that I just randomly reached out to. He has a DJ company, and I asked him if he had been wanting a website because he also runs his stuff off of Facebook. And he said, yeah, I've been wanting one for a while. So that's going to be another one. But it's just simple. And basically what I'm offering them is the website. I'm helping them with their Google profile. I'm doing the social media posting because now I don't even have to, like I used to have to go on Canva and spend hours like creating all these things and dragging the thing over and finding the right image and all that. Now I'm just using Nano Banana and creating a lot of these cool images, and it takes just a second to do, and then we shoot it off to them. So let's refresh, see if this is set up. Not quite. So it's going to take, it says up to 72 hours. It hasn't taken that long at all for any of these. So I'll pause real quick and wait till this is, oh, there we go. It happened live. So we're live there. So I'll hit this. Okay. So all this functionally works. I hate that this is discolored. So let me just do one more prompt and see if it will fix that. And then we'll go back. Can you make the logo transparent in the nav bar? And I guess down here, we're going to be okay with that. So let's just see if it'll do it. I don't like that. It's something minor, but I figure if I don't want anything to be like glaringly weird once they see it. Okay, so it's processing. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it says I can't, but it's been pretty successful at doing it. So until it's fully loaded, you won't see it happen, but sometimes we can see it just happen in real time. But what I love about this is it's literally like I'm just having a conversation and saying, hey, could you fix that? Could you do that? And it's doing it. And so, I mean, I've built really complex websites. I've done some coding stuff in the past, but I've just never been so excited to see just whatever you want to say, even if it's in simple language, it will do it. So pretty crazy. Looks like it's still trying to do something. I'm not sure, but I'll pause and come back and see what happens. Okay, so it wasn't able to do it. It kept telling me I needed to get a higher quality logo. So I went over to chat and just said, can you recreate this as a high quality transparent logo? Obviously, ultimately I can get it from them, but I want to have this ready to go. So we'll see what it does. Sometimes it's doing well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gives me an image, but it has these fake checker background here. So it isn't actually transparent, even though it looks kind of like it would be, but this looks like it's going to be pretty solid. So let's see. So here's the original. Here's what it's giving me. Man, that's it. Okay, so now I can download this. Okay. I'm going to open this and crop it out a little because what'll happen otherwise is it's going to kind of be scrunched up there. You can see how big, how long this actual image is. So if I crop it, then it won't be stretched out. So I'll do tools, crop. So now, even though it doesn't look like it, I know it's cropped down to size. So I'm going to export JDS Customs logo, replace. Now I'll go back here. I'll give it the one that it wanted. Okay. So just drag it in. And I don't even have to say anything because we're already in a conversation about logos. So now it's going to swap this logo out. You'll probably see it happen pretty quickly. And go back to the home screen. Let's see if it did all the other buttons while that's happening. Okay, so that button's good. And so it swapped the logo now, so it's much brighter, looks good here. Awesome. So I'm just going to hit publish, update, and we're going to message them on the next part of this video. One thing I forgot to share with you, what I don't like is if I've done all this work to make a custom domain, I want to make sure that when I share it with them, that it actually shows up. So I took a screenshot of this image, and what I'm going to do is cancel. I'm going to go and rename that screenshot. So here's the screenshot of the actual website. I'm going to do JDS Customs Preview. Okay, so I'm going to rename that because it doesn't like the screenshot part. I'm going to hit this and add the preview here. And then I'm going to hit save. And I'm also going to change this favicon to their logo for now. Sometimes that doesn't work, sometimes it does, but we're going to hit save. Okay, and then one other important step, and I might be let down anyway, but let's just see. I'm going to hit publish here, just get that processing. Can you make sure that the share image displays, or actually the preview, when sharing on FB Messenger? So sometimes it has to go and add some special code or something. I don't know what it's doing, but it has ended up working when I did that. So it's going to do some work here and then I'll come back real quick. Okay, so sometimes it creates an image for me, which I thought that was cool. I don't know why it just disappeared here, but I'm just going to hit publish here and see what happens and update. And then I found this today. I didn't even know this was a thing. If you go to developers.facebook.com/tool/debug, or just say sharing debugger, Facebook sharing debugger. Let me make sure it's saved. Okay. If I go here and I paste the link and hit debug, it's going to tell me what it looks like when somebody shares. So this URL hasn't been shared on Facebook before. Fetch new information. So it's going to show me what it's going to look like if I post it on Facebook or if I share it. So this is the preview image that they're going to get, which is great. I think that's going to be enough. The reason I want this to display is when I send them the link, if it looks like just this little jdscustoms.profitable.ai, it might look like a spammy link, but this will at least make more intrigue for them to click. Okay, so now I've already pre-written a message here. Hi, Jose. I noticed in the Houston contractor group a few weeks ago you were looking for help with a website. I went ahead and made you a sample one. We do more than this to help you get more business, but let me know if you'd like to chat more. And I'm going to paste the link here and hit share. Okay, so that message is going to send off to Jose. Let's see if our preview image pops up. Fingers crossed. Sometimes it takes a second. And nothing. That's okay. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand why, but I thought I did everything I needed to do to make that happen. So maybe you have to send it as an image by itself, a link by itself. But either way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up here and say, I got these two social images, so I'll hit open here. Also, a couple social images, social media you guys can use even if we don't work together. So this is what I've been saying to everybody. It seems to be getting a response. I also created a couple social media images you guys can use even if we don't work together. So it's kind of just pushing it away. I'm not desperate for this. I'm really not. It took me 30 minutes just because I was doing this demo to do this. I could do 5 or 10 of these a day. So I'm going to hit send as well. And that's it. He might not ever respond. That's okay. The point of this is to show you how quickly you can create something like this. Now, overall, I have probably spent a total of 50 to 100 bucks on Lovable in credits through all of my generation so far, and I probably have made at least 10 plus sites. So the credits are just for the conversations back and forth with this, but they don't charge to actually do the hosting. So you could, from what I can see, you can host unlimited websites here. And then what I'll do is I'll tie like this form into a HighLevel form and the phone number into a HighLevel thing so they can have their own dashboard and stuff. And I can track and use all the automations that HighLevel gives us, but using the website builder in Lovable, because I got to say it's far more advanced right now than what HighLevel has. Maybe they'll catch up, but even if they don't, I love HighLevel for so many other reasons that I'll be using them likely forever unless something else happens. But that's what I got for you guys today. Again, nothing for sale. I want to give you guys as much as I can. I'm really shifting into, I just want to over deliver. If you like this video, if you watched it all the way through, please subscribe, please share this, please comment, let me know what you think, because I want to make way more of these. I'm going to have like a newsletter and all kinds of stuff. And I just want to give you guys everything that I can. No courses, no masterminds, none of that stuff. I want to just, if I create something and I learn how to do it, I want to share it with you guys on here. As I come across new tools, I want to share those with you and really just develop a system of doing this, because I could do this all day long. I really enjoy it. So, okay, so I had to throw this at the end because I wanted to show you that while I was editing this video, I got a response. Hi, Jason. That's good work, bud. What's the cost? And I went through and just basically gave him a little breakdown. I don't want to get too much into that because I'm still kind of actively going back and forth with him. But just to show you that this can work, you guys have the power to go out and do this. Who knows? This might not turn into anything. He might not have much of a budget, or maybe he's got a huge budget and wants to scale to the moon. I don't know, but I just wanted to show you it's possible. And that was just on this demo here. You can do this all day long. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.